Greetings, everyone. It's Glenn Kellaway from the basement. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm here with a contest entry for my friend Edward from his channel is called ProgHat. Edward's known as ProgHat. I will leave the name of the channel below in the description so you can go and subscribe to him. Edward's having a contest to get to 400 subscribers. Now, when I looked, he was at 397. So come on, Edward, you're not really, make it 500. Come on, buddy. So he's already passed 400. But let's get Edward up to 500. I think that's what we need to do. Edward's been doing this at least as long as I've been doing it. 3 years. He could have been around longer than me. I don't know. But he's a real cool dude. Lives in Texas. And a really nice guy. Very wide range of musical taste. From the Beatles to jazz to everything. I actually won one of Edward's contests. And I won the Beatles #1 on vinyl. Really nice. I treasure that, Edward. Thank you. Like, I still listen to it all the time. So I'm defending my title. I'm winning another contest on ProgHat's channel here. So please support it. The theme of this is the 60s, which right in my wheelhouse. That's when my teenage years. And there's two main questions. One, show 3 albums from the 60s. Name 3 of your favorite songs from the 60s. And you get a bonus entry if you show an album from 1968, the year Edward was born. So I'm going to do all of those. And let's get started. It's funny, when he says the 60s, and I'm picking 3 albums, my 3 favorite albums of all time are from the 60s, ranked 1, 2, 3, so I thought I might as well show them, so everybody who knows me probably is not going to be too surprised when they see these. So let's start with number 3, In the Court of the Crimson King. Phenomenal. One of the first prog albums, and one of the greatest album covers of all time. Isn't that insane? Wow, I just love this album. I mean, it starts off with 21st Century Schizoid Man, which is just a killer track. And then the other epic track on this album is Epitaph, one of my top 5 songs of all time. And if you listen to the words of that song now, a song written in 1969, the words, I think, have more meaning today than they did then. Beautiful song, beautifully sung by Greg Lake. Just an incredible record, a masterpiece, In the Court of the Crimson King. Number 2, my second favorite album of all time, my favorite Bob Dylan album, Blonde on Blonde. Man, come on. My favorite Dylan song is on here, Visions of Johanna, Sooner or Later One of Us Must Know, plus he had hits off of here like Rainy Day Woman, Just Like a Woman, I Want You, are all 3 big hits for Bob off of this album. It has the one side of Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands, Stuck Inside a Mobile. This is just a freaking great record. 1966, released June 20th, 66. I think it's the first rock double album, followed quickly by Frank Zappa's great Freak Out. Number 3, my favorite album of all time, the best album of all time. I don't care what anybody says. Revisionist history is saying this album isn't good anymore. That's bull crap. It's Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, the best album ever made, and just incredible. I love this frickin' record. It's a masterpiece. Everything about it, the cover, the songs, A Day in the Life. And I know a lot of people aren't into the Indian influence stuff, but Within You Without You is one of my favorite Beatles songs, and just the best album ever. 3 songs from the 60s. I'm going to start with another Dylan song, the most important single ever released, Like a Rolling Stone, a game changer, 6 minutes long. Who ever heard of a song that long on the radio back then? No way, everything was 2 and 3 minutes. It was getting away from the I love you and she loves me stuff, and Bob just blew it out of the park. Great performances from Al Cooper on the keyboards, Mike Bloomfield on guitar. I mean, just an epic song. How do you feel? I mean, just the best song, best single ever, like a Rolling Stone. Next, the only 45 in my collection with a picture sleeve, the Monkees, Last Train to Clarksville. I was a huge Monkees fan. This is awesome. I got a chance to obtain this picture, sleeve in 45 on the Cold Gems label. So that's song number 2. And song number 3, I'm picking a Beatles song, my favorite Beatles song, Strawberry Fields Forever, which was recorded right around the time of Sgt. Pepper. A lot of people say that maybe should have been on the album, but it's fine just as a single. And it's also on the Magical Mystery Tour album. That's it. Okay, an album from 1968. What a year for music. Look up 1968, the albums that were released. It's incredible. Electric Ladyland and it's insane how many albums. I picked one of my favorite albums of all time, the masterpiece of Van Morrison's Astro Weeks. Incredible album with Madame George, my favorite Van Morrison song. This album is just so good. It's just has an atmosphere that no other album has ever come close to matching. Just the magic of those jazz musicians that played with Van while he sang these beautiful songs, it just turned into magic. And just a really special album, Astro Weeks. Edward, thanks for having the contest. I hope you have a great year in 2023. I hope your channel explodes. I couldn't believe you only have 400 subscribers. You should have 4,000. Take care, buddy. And please subscribe to ProgHat and enter his contest. We'll talk soon.